Wow. That I am so stoked and sad on this episode of the Travel Talk, our Travel Talk show. Welcome to Experience Saskatchewan / Alberta with Cary Horning. It is season 3, episode 17 of the Travel Talk show. Sadly, and maybe happily, depending on your look at it, it is our final show of the season. We will be picking it up again in October. The reason it's the final show, just for you newbies out there, is because us seekers in the summertime are so busy adventuring, there's no time to do shows. So what we're going to do is this will be our last one, and we're lucky to have the great and only Road Tripping Cary with us today. I am your co-host, Greg Gerard of the ehCanada Marketing Group. My co-host is the great Cary Horning, and she is going to be talking to Saskatchewan and Alberta today. Just a little tidbit on my friend here. Cary has over 70,094 influencer points. Yeah, you heard me right. 70,000 in 2024 already. That entails 88 photo galleries, 25 videos, and 113 events. Cary has been posting all her stuff, and you can see it, all her information. You can see it. I'm going to post a little link up there on the screen, and there you go. That link is up and running, and now you can go and check out Cary Horning and see all her adventures, but not yet. You do it after the show because you're going to want to listen. Turn off that television. That is crap TV. We don't do that here. We do adventure TV here, and I have put up a great Cary Horning so everyone can see her after the show. Everyone, make sure you get that. Welcome to the show, Miss Cary Horning.
Thank you very much. Very glad to be here.
Good. So, Cary, you can watch this show on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter previously, or now it's called X. Previously, it was called Twitter, right? So, Cary, you have some Alberta and Saskatchewan. You're a cross-border shopper when it comes to adventures, and you've been cross-bordering on today's last episode, so we wanted to spice it up with hitting 2 provinces. That's the way we are here. We go big. We don't go home. So maybe you can give us a little sneak peek about your adventures that you're going to share with us tonight.
Yeah, I have 2 cool adventures for you that you should consider this summer. They're both very unique. The first one in Alberta, the Bowden Sunflower Maze, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. Okay. And the other adventure is in Saskatchewan, just 10 minutes south of Moose Jaw. An absolute must visit, the Sukanen Pioneer Village and Ship Museum.
And who's that friend beside you, Cary?
Oh, this is Marty the Moose.
Marty the Moose. Is he related to the Moose Jaw Moose?
Well, Marty was born in Moose Jaw, so he thought he'd like to come along.
Excellent. Well, welcome to the show, Marty. We always like to include wildlife in our show, so excellent job, Marty. Thanks for tuning in. So, Cary, let's start your adventures. Let's start with that Bowden Sunflower Farm and Maze, and I believe it's close to Red Deer Country in Alberta. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that before we show this great video you put together about your adventures there.
For sure. The Bowden Sunflower Maze and Farm is just 59 minutes from Calgary. It opens in August and till about October.
Okay.
You gotta watch their Facebook page for daily updates because we might get hail. But last year was their longest season that they ever got to be open. So the best way is daily updates, and then you can plan your adventure there.
Okay. So Road Tripping Cary, I mean, your gig is this. You hop in the car and you go and check out not the main highways, I understand. You're a back road Cary, Road Tripping Cary. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Back roads is where you make the most memories, find the best, coolest things, the most amazing small towns. And definitely, if you want to see wildlife, you're not going to see it on the highways.
No, you're not. So we're going to show a little video here, and this is the Bowden Sunflower Farm and Maze in Red Deer County, and Cary will be walking us through. So here we go, Cary Horning at the Bowden Sunflower Farm.
This is the entrance to the Bowden Sunflower Farm. It's very affordable, fun thing to do with the kids. Um, Adults are $14 and children are 7, and then 4 and under are free. There's lots of activities for the kids to do. They
Mm-hmm.
have 3 acres of pick your own veggies and flowers. And if you're too busy, they have a cute little store that you can make purchases at. The maze itself, there's 10 acres of sunflowers, and they have the longest blooming season in Canada, which is really cool. And they always hope, of course, for no hail to damage the sunflowers. But the really cool thing about this destination is that it's accessible to anybody. I'm not exactly major,
I like that sunflower. That one too.
right? And, so there's places to sit down and rest, which is very nice for people like me. And, but this is it's the world's only certified organic sunflower maze. And the really super cool thing is, at the end of the season, they don't harvest those flowers, they leave them for the birds.
Wow.
And that's amazing. That is really,
That is. What is this what did you say it's organic? So what is that really saying?
well, certified organic means they use absolutely no pesticides. So
Okay.
it's really good for you wandering through there. It's great for the bees. And of
Mhm.
course, great for the birds that are going to eat all of those wonderful sunflower seeds at the end of the season. And you can go to the little store right here at the end, and they have local jams and jellies and flowers you can buy. You can buy some sunflowers there if you like. And it's just a super fun place for selfies, weddings, family pictures, all kinds of things like that. And it's such a close trip to Calgary.
Yeah. Yeah. And so on those sunflowers, they don't harvest those sunflower seeds?
Nope, nope.
That's very rare.
Yeah, they leave it for the birds, and the birds have
Okay.
a feast.
And it's the jam. It's not sunflower jam, is it? Am I just being naive or is there such a
Yeah.
thing?
No, I don't think there is a thing, but they have
Okay.
lots of nice local jams and jellies made locally.
Beautiful. And you know what? It's almost like just the field itself is like a selfie moment. I noticed you had the daughter seeker and the little seeker involved, and they all seem to get a real kick out of the whole sunflower standing in the field thing. I mean, that itself is like an adventure, right?
For sure. There's lots of corn mazes that people have done, but how many people have ever done a sunflower maze?
Yep. Exactly. I mean, I've stood in a canola field. I thought that was pretty cool because it was yellow and everything on that when we went across Canada. But I can't honestly say I've stood in a sunflower field. So that's pretty rare, I think.
And it's fun. Very
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Exactly. And then Marty the Moose agrees, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. And the little
Okay.
seeker really had fun.
She has fun at. You guys have done such a great job. She's has fun at everything. I mean, the culture that she's learning about the outdoors is phenomenal. What you guys have done.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, Carrie, so now we jump the border because you are a cross border adventurer, and we're going to go over to the great province of Saskatchewan. And we're going to explore okay, this is tricky. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, the Sunken and Pioneer Village and Ship Museum. Did I say it right?
Sukinen.
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 Okay. All right, just for you new viewers, I'm famous at mispronouncing stuff. So this is nothing new, and that's why I have people like Cary correcting me. This is close to Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. This
Yes.
particular adventure sure got a like. When Cary posted it, this you just never know in the social media world because when we posted this, it just went huge. We just went all over, like everyone in that area shared this post. And I think you had over 100 photos, didn't you, Carrie? Something like that?
Yeah. And that
Yep.
was that didn't even cover it. How many
No,
photos they have?
no. So maybe you could tell us what makes this place so special and why it's so special to you, why you think it should be a bucket list item for anyone who's within 100 kilometers of Moose Jaw, why they should go check it out.
Well, anyone that's traveled down Highway 2 south of Moose Jaw about 10 minutes has probably seen the funny looking ship on the corner of the Sukunim Pioneer Ship Museum.
Hmm.
And I drove by it 100 times and I didn't go in. And I'm kicking myself big time because for the 4 years I lived in Moose Jaw, I could have gone there so often. I would have volunteered there. This
Yep.
place is one of the coolest places I have been in all of Canada. It's not just a museum. It is the museum, the Pioneer Village part of it is incredible in itself. And then the story of the man that built the ship is breathtaking.
When you say it's your most amazing museum in all of Canada, that's a pretty hefty statement, Miss Horning, that you're throwing out there in
Yeah.
live TV. You're saying it's the best spot in all of Canada. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to hear what you got here coming up on this video. So here is Cary Horning. She is going to walk us through the best, in her opinion, museum and attraction in Canada.
There is the ship. The Sukunim Museum is open from May to October. The Pioneer Village here is really incredible to walk through. You need to give yourself at least 3 to 4 hours to
Wow.
really see it. 2 hours you can do it, but you would be rushing. It's a wonderful spot that has lots of places to sit down so people like me can rest and take your time. They have
Mm-hmm.
beautiful spots for picnicking and things like that. And I guarantee you that you will be captivated by every one of these buildings. They have over 100,000 items. This is the
Wow.
doctor's office. This one gave me the heebies. Like, look at some of that equipment
Yeah.
from back.
Yeah. Your life's in the hands of some pretty archaic equipment.
Exactly. But I guarantee you, you will see something from your lifetime, your parents, your grandparents, your great grandparents. I could have spent probably an hour in the toy store alone. Um,
Mm-hmm.
all of the old photography equipment, the appliances. This is an antique lover's absolute incredible museum. But it's a museum, I think, of life. All of our history is here. Printing presses, how old offices were ran like community offices, the blacksmith shop, and the shoe repair guy.
Yeah. I like the boardwalk, eh? I like that.
Yeah, it makes it so easy to get around. And,
Mm-hmm.
you go back in time and you're looking at the hairstyles from, the early 1900s and old calendars. And there's so much that you could go 100 times and see different stuff every time. Standing in the store here, there's barbed wire. I had no idea that there was that many types of barbed wire, but there is.
Wow.
And this is the fire hall where all the memorabilia for the firemen are. And like I
Mm-hmm.
said, these pictures are just a tiny sample of what you'll see at the Sukuna Museum. Over 100,000 items. They have antique vehicles, old tractors. They have a threshing bee. I believe it's in the fall. And it's you could do weddings there. You could have a party there.
Big time.
Yeah, the old gas tanks and the shop looked like my dad's garage. And some of these buildings are real, and families have donated. There's the old Moose Jaw phone book. You don't see anymore.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
every building is absolutely gorgeous and just filled with things to look at. So you can spend so much time. It's such a wonderful self-guided tour that you're going to do,
Yep.
and at your own pace. And the Emporium here, look at the old radios. I mean,
Wow. My mom would get a kick out of this.
right?
Yeah.
I wish I had have gone 100 times because it is such a cool, well put together museum. Look at the toys. This is
Unbelievable, eh?
yeah, yeah. You see toys from your past, and
Yeah.
now Tom Sukanim and that ship. This is something else. Tom Sukunin, he was born in 1878 and he passed away in 1943. He was 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He left Minnesota at age 20, or sorry, he left Finland at age 20, went to Minnesota. He married and became a farmer, and he left his wife and family and walked
Walked.
1,400 kilometers to his brother's farm in Saskatchewan.
Huh.
Before the Depression happened, his farm that he got in Saskatchewan did very well. He had $9,000 in the bank, which was a lot of money at that time. And it was a real fortune, actually. He had a plan and a dream. He wanted to return to Finland. Some people say it was because he wanted to go and return to get his mom. But he started building this ship, and he went from being an admired farmer, a mechanical genius, to being despised, feared, and finally shunned. It took Sukunin 7 years to build the ship, and he built it 26 miles from the South Saskatchewan River, which was the closest body of water. So that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's puzzling.
Right? And thousands of miles from the sea. But when Tom Sukunin passed away, his hull of the ship ended up at a Markula's farmyard. And a gentleman from Moose Jaw named Lawrence Moulin tracked down the hull. He had remembered stories that he had heard. And Moulin retired. He sold his farm and dedicated the rest of his life to salvaging Sukunin's ship and turning it into a monument. I think that says a lot about the Saskatchewan people to do such a wonderful thing. The hull and the keel were hauled to a rural museum just outside Moose Jaw, which where it sits today. Moulin and his wife and others raised money and had Sukunin's body exhumed, where he was buried in North Battleford. In order to actually bring him to Moose Jaw, the bylaws, I guess, said you had to have a proper church and to do this thing. So they built that little church, and they brought his body. It is right to the left of that tree there, and laid Tom Sukunin to rest beside his dream ship. Sukunin is a symbol of strength, resilience, work ethic, and sometimes madness that it takes to survive and prosper in an often harsh landscape. I would encourage everybody to read Tom's story. You can read it in Dreams in the Dust. The museum itself has videos that you can purchase and the books. There's been documentaries done on it. It's an absolutely touching thing. It's touching that Saskatchewan cared enough to help complete Tom's dream, even though it never saw water. Yeah. And to lay him to rest beside that ship, and there it sits right on the corner of the highway. And for everyone that has driven by like I did, don't stop and go in. You won't be sorry. And I tell you, you want to go back time and time again.
So just with all the great story, Cary, about Tom, great background there. Why did he build a ship so far away from water? I mean, that must be the $1,000,000 question.
Well, back then, apparently, I did read the book. What he did was he would get a log and put it in front of the hull and have his horse pull it. So kind of the rolling motion. But he only moved it like 40 feet or something. And then his horse starved to death. It's a very sad story, very sad, because the Depression in Saskatchewan devastated. It was a 10-year drought. It was a very hard time. And, this man had a dream. He was very strong. He pounded every piece of that ship with a hammer. You will see handmade chains with links this big that he made by hand. he was an incredible mechanical person. And when you check out his story, you'll see how he tried to do the route of where he was going to go to get it
Mm-hmm.
to the sea
Mm-hmm.
once he got it to the river, and how it was he was sectioning it, and he was going to take the motor out of his car and put it to propel himself, and then put it together at the sea. He wanted to
What
go
a
at his
story.
mom, but it never happened.
What a story, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. And how far from Moose Jaw is this, would you figure? Is it what,
10
20
minutes.
minute 10
10 minutes.
minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
And
cannot miss it.
how big's the land? Like how many acres?
Oh my goodness.
It must be huge to have that much stuff, right?
Yeah, it is. It's very, very large. And
Yeah.
when you drive by all the cute little buildings, myself, I thought that it was sort of just someone had decorated buildings. I did
Yeah.
not realize the the vast amount of work. Imagine the inventory and putting
Oh,
all of that together. And the cool thing is there's signs of families that have donated this or that in memory of, but you really got to go. Those pictures, that short video doesn't do justice to Sukinam Pioneer Village
yeah.
Ship Museum.
Yeah, great job, Carrie, and what a great history, what a great story. And if you are within very close to Moose Jaw, it's only 10 minutes from Moose Jaw. And as Carrie said, it's one of the probably one of her most recommended museums to go and check out. So, Carrie, thank you so much for those two awesome adventures that help people get around our beautiful country. Before we let you go, is there anything you would like to say, or anyone you would like to single out before? Because this is our last show this season. We'll be back in October, people, so don't have any depressions and no withdrawals. But we'll be playing rewinds and reruns just like the TV does. We'll have our shows showing again during the summer. But is there anything you'd like to say before we shut this down for the summer adventure season?
Well, thank you very much for watching the show, everyone. And please do follow us on Facebook and on ehCanadaTravel.com, as we're going to have lots of adventures this summer. And everybody, share your adventures with us. If you want to be
Yep.
an adventure seeker, get a hold of Greg. And you can be part
Yes.
of this wonderful club and post your adventures on ehCanada and share them with other people. Nothing better than word of mouth.
Exactly. And they are the best group of people I have ever met for adventuring. What a fabulous group we got. Good people, positive people, happy people who just get a thrill of meeting with each other. It is a fantastic, and I'm biased, for sure I am. I'm really biased. But I also have met a lot of people in my lifetime in this business of tourism, and I could proudly say we have a top-notch group of people in our club. And if you are top notch and you are positive and you like to take photos and you like to shoot videos and you like to attend events and you like to go and talk about your local restaurants or your local coffee shop, if you like going on adventures, if anything of that sort, instead of putting it on social media and watch it disappear from the scroll, and luckily if you get a couple of your friends liking it, come to our group, because you will have everyone liking it. You'll have everyone commenting. You'll have everyone asking questions. You'll have everyone praising you for your wonderful adventures, your photos, your videos, and your events. So I put a link in that comment section. You can go to it after the show, and that will take you directly to signing up for our wonderful group. It is a high bar on our group, so if you're a fence sitter, it's probably not the group for you. But if you do like to contribute and you like to talk and you like to meet people every month, a really good group of people, then I highly suggest that you come and join us. And again, I put the link up in that chat comment section for you. So remember, people, you are what you adventure. So plan smarter, book better, and of course, stay longer when using our award-winning ehCanadaTravel.com website. It is a fabulous planning website, 14,000 pages of information, and they're all real-time, real people, and real adventures. No corporate, no suit and tie in our website. It's all people, just like our Cary, road tripping Cary here, putting up all that information. They're real people, boots on the ground. No fakeness. It's all real stuff here. We include our bumps and bruises, and that is how we do adventures. So we're excited about this summer season coming up. Thank you for hiking, climbing, paddling, and eating with us this year through the winter months. That is it. We had 17 shows this year. It's been a fantastic ride. I will see you again next season, and hopefully Cary will be with us again in October to start up another season, our fourth season of shows. I know some seekers will be back, and I know there'll be some new seekers you'll be able to connect with and hear their stories all across Canada. So make sure you follow us on our website. Make sure that you tune into the Travel Talk community and say hi to people like Cary. Join us. Come and meet Cary for real. Come and meet Lisa. Come and meet Andrea. Come and meet me, Colin, everybody. We got a huge group. So thank you, Canada, for your support. We are Canada's largest privately operated, no corporate, no government in our books. This is all real people. May the maple leaf be with you. And Cary, got anything parting words?
Everyone have a safe and wonderful summer and adventure hard, and we'll see you in the fall.
She took the words out of my mouth. Adventure hard, people. Peace out, Canada. Take care, and we'll see you in October. But you can watch us every single day on the Travel Talk community on ehCanadaTravel.com. Love you guys. Take care, Canada. We'll see you in a bit.